Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Malcolm from the branch in Chicago, GMS, here in Chicago, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of all Israel on earth today, set up by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And salutations to the Akim out there, my fellow laborers who are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. And salutation to the Akwath who are listening and learning. This is going to be the third and final installation of the of Paul's letters to the Israelites. Okay, and I'm going to start with Romans. Actually, I'm going to start with 1 Timothy 1:9. Okay, to finish up where we left off last time. So let's go to 1 Timothy's. And it reads, knowing this, that the law is made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and the disobedient, for the ungodly and for the sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers, for fathers and murderers, mothers, for manslayers. All right. So the point being is that you had to be a person who was made under the law, as Yahushua was. And the only people under the law were the Israelites, not the heathen. Okay? And I'm gonna prove that thoroughly. All right? And I can go back to Romans 7:1, which proves that the law is not done away with. It says, know ye, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how the law have dominion over man as long as he liveth. So the law does have dominion over you, but salvation is through Yahushua. You have to understand that. Okay? But the law is a guide to keep you from going off, to keep you from falling out of the grace. It's just a school guide. You know, it's a teacher. Okay? Now I'm going to go to Hebrews, to the book of Hebrews. And I'm going to read verses 7, 8 through 12. Verses 7. Okay. And it says, and it reads, and here men that die receive tithes, but there he receiveth them, of whom it is witness that liveth. And as I may say, Levi also, who receiveth tithes, paid tithes in Abraham. For he have yet in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him. For he was yet in the loins of his father, all right, when Melchizedek met him. If therefore perfection were by the Levitical priesthood, for under it people received the law, what further need was there that an other priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek, and not be called after the order of Aaron? For the priesthood being changed, there is made a necessity to change also of the law. All right, and that changes when the law get put in us and we're made perfect. But the point being is that it's only for the Israelites, because only the Israelites are under the law. All right, so this letter to the Hebrews, it's to the Hebrews. All right, so why would there need to be a letter to the Hebrews and then include all men? It makes no sense, man. That's confusion. All right. Now I'm going to go back to the book of Acts 13 and 39. And it reads, and by him all that believe are justified from all things, from which ye could not be justified by the law of Moses. All right, because the law of Moses, salvation through the law is not going to cut it. Yahushua is the way. All right, that's the only way. But once again, proven that, the scriptures tell you clearly only the Israelites were under the law. No other nation was under the law. No one else was there. All right, and prove that, I'm gonna go back to Romans. Okay, this is Romans 9, verses 3 and 4. the end all be all scripture, I like to refer to it. That Romans 9th chapter, man, is this is Romans 9:3. For I wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh. Okay? Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises. I'm going to go ahead and read verse 5. Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, who is over all power, blessed forever. Amen. So all the blessings were and the curses were to the Israelites, and it told you that he came back for their flesh, quite frankly and clearly, man. Let's go to Romans, the 3rd chapter. Okay, this is Romans 3, verses 22 and 23. Even the righteousness of power, which is by the faith of Hamashiach Yahushai, or Yahushai Mashiach, unto all and upon all them that believe. For there is no difference, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, of power. All right. Now, the only way you can sin is if you're born under the law. The heathens can't sin. So the book of the, so that all men and all people was a letter to those people, to the Israelites. You know, for you people a little confused, so I don't see how or why, but I'm gonna give you a quick layman example. Let's say that we're talking about the Rodriguez family, okay, and to their extended family that's scattered in all the countries that are round about from their home country. When this letter to the Rodriguezes is written, and when it's talking about all men, it's talking about all people that can trace their lineage back to the Rodriguezes or to the land that the Rodriguezes are from. It's not to the other people that they're among. It's really simple, man. Okay? Now to solidify the scripture that I just read, I'm going to read it again. This is Romans 3 and 22 and 23. Even the righteous of power, which is by faith, Yahushua Mashiach, unto all and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of power. All right. So let's go to 1 John 3 and 4. All right. And this is 1 John 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is transgression of the law. So if you're not under the law, you're not sinning. Okay? Sin is a transgression of the law, and only the Israelites were under the law. Okay? So this had nothing to do with any other race, any other people, man. These were to the Israelites that were in Rome. All right? And when you go to the book of Corinthians, it was to the Israelites in Corinthians. When you go to Ephesians and so forth, the book of James says it very plainly. This is James 1 and 1. All right. And it reads, James, a servant of power of the Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. So that's the opening of the letter. It's not to any other people, man. You can't make it just because you Edomites and you other heathens trying to fit your way in. All right, got this new scoffer, the CRI, Christian Religion, and something I forget, but this guy Hank Hanegraaff is the head of that. This has nothing to do with you and your Edomite brothers and sisters or any other heathen, man. Okay, I'm coming for you, man. I'm about to tear you up through the power of Yahweh Bashim Abishai. You're about to shut your ministry down. This is Romans 10. Verses 10 and 11. For with the heart of man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. For what the scripture saith, whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. Once again, I just proved beyond a shadow of a doubt this was to the Israelites. All right, so let's go to Acts 2 and 21. Well, because this is one of the scriptures that they, 21 and 22, Acts 2, 21 and 22. When they start saying the whosoever and who and whatever, and, you know, and that sort of thing, they love to go to Romans and the other scriptures to find it, but they never go to Acts 2 and 21. This is Acts 2 and 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh shall be saved. All right. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Very next line, opening line of verse 22. All right. Going to jump to Second Ezra and finish this thing off. This is Second Ezra. I'm not Second Ezra, but Sirach 44 and verses 21 and 22. All right. All right. 21 to 23, actually. This is Sirach 44, verses 21 through 23. All right. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from river unto river, and uttermost parts of the land. Now remember, the Israelites are scattered into all nations all over the world, man. But it said he was going to multiply and exalt his seed. So the Israelites are going to be exalted above the people that they're among, just like it says in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, that you are a nation, that you are above all people that are upon the face of the earth, not equal to or below, but above. Even in your low state, even in our low state, in our poor, pitiful state, we're still above the other nations, man. Verse 22, with Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham, his father's sake, and the blessing of all men in the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him a heritage, and divided his portion among the 12 tribes that he part them. So it went to the 12 tribes of Israel, man, and they are not Caucasian people. All right. Are there some Israelites that look Caucasian? Yes, there is. All right. But the bulk of the Israelites are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, hands down, period, no argument. OK. This is the truth that they don't want you to know and hear. All right, now I'm going to go to 2 Ezra 3 and 15 and be done with this. All right, let the scriptures talk. Let the scriptures tell you, man. Hank is a liar. This is 2 Ezra 3 and 15. And it reads, and made us an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest not forsake his seed. All right, and that's talking about, let me go up to verse, actually, I'm going to read 13 through 15. Now, when they live so wickedly before thee, and didst choose thee a man from among them, whose name was Abraham, him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showest thy will, and made an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. And that seed was not, because Abraham had other sons, but it fell on his son Isaac. Okay, because his firstborn was Ishmael, the so-called Arabs. Okay, so it went past Ishmael straight to Isaac, and then Isaac was born with his brother, his twin brother Esau, the so-called white man. But it passed over him as well. He put by, there's a scripture, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it says, there's a scripture that says, and then he put by Esau and gave it to Jacob, man. So it fell upon Jacob's sons, the 12 tribes of Israel. So with that, hope you are edified, and shalom.